Let them be wrong. Because sometimes people will misunderstand you, and there's nothing you can do to change that. They'll hear what they want to hear, and they'll see what they've already decided to see, and they'll build a version of you that doesn't fully reflect who you are. And if you've ever felt that pull to explain yourself, to say it one more time, to try to get them to finally see you clearly, I get that, because I've been there. I've been in that place where I just wanted to explain myself, to find the right words to say. And maybe if I said it in a different way, it would finally click. I would replay conversations in my mind thinking, maybe if I said it differently, or maybe if I had explained it better, because I didn't want to be misunderstood. I didn't want people getting it wrong about me. But what I started to notice was, no matter how clearly I spoke, some people still chose their version of the story. And that was so frustrating, but it also taught me something. Understanding has to be mutual. It has to be willing. And you can't force someone to see something they're not open to seeing. And I think for a lot of us, that goes a little deeper than we realize. Somewhere along the way, we learned that being understood meant we were safe. That if we could just explain ourselves enough, we could avoid disconnection or judgment or being misunderstood. So now we over-explain, we over-prove, and we try to fix every perception. Not because something is wrong with us, but because that's what we learned. And once I saw that, I had a lot more compassion for myself. But I also knew I didn't want to keep living that way because it was so exhausting. Constantly trying to manage how I was being seen, how I was being understood, how I was being interpreted. It was taking my energy, my focus, and my peace. So I had to start asking myself something different. Why am I trying so hard to be understood by someone who isn't trying to understand me? And that question shifted everything. Because I realized I don't need to win every misunderstanding. I don't need to correct every wrong perception. I don't need to step into every story someone creates about me. Some things you just let be. Because the more you engage, the more you stay connected to it, the more you explain, the more energy it takes from you. But when you step back, when you stop feeding it, when you choose not to carry it, it starts to lose its hold. And I know part of you still wants to be understood. That's human. But you deserve more than that. You deserve peace. You deserve to live your life without feeling like you have to explain who you are over and over again. You deserve to just be without constantly managing how you're being perceived. And when you start choosing that, you feel it. You feel lighter, you feel more happiness, more grounded, and more like yourself again. Because you're no longer living inside someone else's version of you. You're living your own life, your own truth. So let them be wrong. Not in a frustrated way, not in a defensive way, but in a peaceful way. Because your peace is worth more than being right in someone else's story. And the moment you stop trying to correct everything is the moment you come back to yourself.